What's going on, guys? What's going on, Thai Squad? What's going on, everybody? So, what if Derrick Rose had a super team around him? What if he either joined a super team or had a super team around him? We know that Derrick Rose retired last year and is getting his jersey retired January 24th of this year. And this this brings a obvious question, like, what if he joins a super team, or would the Bulls like give him another superstar like they tried to go after in 2010, LeBron James, Dwayne Wade? But at the end of his career, like, Derrick Rose went to the Cavs and played with Dwayne Wade and LeBron. I think if you had like a prime Derrick Rose that got to team up with LeBron and D Wade earlier in his career, which definitely I thought Chicago, when they had the prime when D Rose was in his prime, like he's the youngest MVP. I do think now that he's retired, like the only player that I could see come out of retirement and play again is LeBron or Jordan. Because here's the thing about this is that if D Rose decides to come out of retirement, his jersey will still be in the Raptors for the Bulls, and with up there with Jordan, with Pippen, with Bob Love, with all of those great Bulls. But if he decides to come out of retirement and play again, that would be interesting to see. And injuries did derail Derrick Rose's career. We can all say that. We can all look at how Derrick Rose will be a Hall of Famer one day and get to the Basketball Hall of Fame, because being the youngest MVP, playing with Joe King Noah, playing with Dang, playing with Rick Hamilton, Carlos Boozer, like, if I wouldn't say those guys were decent in their careers to help D Rose, and he played with Jimmy for a few years. But when you look at it, and you have to say that like D Rose played for the Pistons, played for the Cavaliers, played for the Minnesota Timberwolves, played for the New York Knicks. D Rose missed a year with an injury, but came back that following year, and the Bulls made the playoffs. I think Derrick Rose being the youngest MVP, we will never know if he ever won a championship or how his career would end. But retiring at 36 and now getting his jersey retired, this is something special for D Rose. This has to be up there. Like, you can say D Rose gave us a lot of incredible moments, like his 50-point game, how he was emotional in on the Timberwolves when he scored 50, how he got MVP chance that year after scoring 50. You can say that he's the youngest MVP at 22 years old. He won. He made the playoffs every year. Like, injuries really, I think derailed D Rose's career, because at the end of the day, you can say that when we look at the great point guards like Steph, like Ja, like Jalen Brunson, like Kyrie, you can say that all of those guys Magic, all of those guys deserve to be in the GOAT conversation, and so does D Rose. Now, Derrick Rose's career is totally different. He wanted to win a championship. Now, I basically think when he got to the Cavs, after the Cavs made all of those trades that year, I'm just going to say this. Some of those trades that the Cavs made that year were decent. I wouldn't trade D Rose at that point because I feel like that year when the Cavs, I know I'm going on topic about my Cavs here, but that year when the Cavs lost the finals to the Warriors, I think if D Rose was not traded away from the Cavs or if D Rose wasn't traded from the Bulls, I think he would have a chance to win a championship with either organization because at that point of time on that Cavaliers team, you had LeBron James, you had Dwayne Wade, you had Isaiah Thomas, Jay Crowder on that Cavaliers team after Kyrie requested a trade from the Cavaliers to go to the Boston Celtics and team up with Tatum. I definitely think, looking back at that trade, I'm not saying trading trading Isaiah Thomas to the Lakers just because he was injured that year. Just because he was injured that year isn't a that was a decent trade. I'm saying like trading your entire roster, like D Wade, Dwayne Wade, Derrick Rose, that could have helped you in the long run to make you a championship, to win a championship. And I definitely think I definitely think the Cavs would beat the Warriors that year if they had Derrick Rose and Dwayne Wade on that Cavaliers team with LeBron James. Because I think like when we go back and look at that, Kyrie didn't play that year. Kyrie was dealing with an injury. I think when we look at D Rose's career at a point like he's definitely always going to be a Bull, but with him getting his jersey retired, like if you like gave D Rose a Kevin Durant, a Kawhi Leonard, a Paul George, alongside of that with a Joakim Noah, a Carlos Boozer, a head coach in Thibodeau, like that team, LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, like that, or a Carmelo Anthony, that team could have won a NBA championship, and that would be a super team. I'm not saying that having Carlos Boozer, having Joakim Noah, having Luke Deng, having Derrick Rose, Jimmy Butler, isn't a super team for Chicago at that time. But what I'm saying is, as a basketball fan looking at it, if Derrick Rose in his prime or had multiple primes like LeBron James, he would have a championship right now. And like we can bring up how he scored 50 with the Minnesota Timberwolves. We can bring up his MVP. But at the end of the day, we're going to have to say and look at this as okay, Derrick Rose definitely made some noise in the NBA. youngest MVP, got drafted by his childhood team. Like, Derrick Rose, we will never see somebody that will put a team on his back, put a city on his back, and win games and get to the playoffs. But guys, sub if you're new and never give up your dreams. And I hope all of you guys are safe out there. And peace.